let's kick it off with this week's tidbits. Who wants to shoot first?
Yeah, I'll go. Just a couple of the sporting contracts, mainly the baseball, but old Aaron Judge. We all know he signed that 9 year, $360 million contract, which is crazy money. But the Yankees now have over $1 billion invested in three people, which is more than what the whole Miami Marlins franchise is worth. So there's there's the first little bit. But if you break down Judge's contract, it goes to $770,000 per week or $110,000 per day, $4,500 per hour, or $76 per minute. Just
Yeah.
let that sink in for a little while. So, and that's for the next 9 years. So you can sit there, look at his watch. Oh, just got another $76. Gone to the toilet, on the toilet for 5 minutes. Well, there's another couple $100. So isn't that just crazy?
It is crazy.
Wouldn't
crazy
get out of bed for that.
Yeah. Oh, you're an electrician, mate. You're right. You're up there with him. But that leads into the second tidbit, and still the best contract ever. So Trey Turner signed the contract with the Phillies. It expires in 2033. The New York Mets will still be paying Bobby Bonilla at that time. Now, that still, to me, is the best contract ever. It's $1 million every July 1st, and even after Trey Turner's done, Bobby B still being paid.
mate.
Right, I've got one that comes thanks to Super 70s Sports, and it says in June of 1974, Nolan Ryan, hopefully everybody knows who Nolan Ryan is, threw 235 pitches against the Red Sox. He made his next start on 3 days rest, and then and he won. He then went on and pitched for 19 more years. So much for looking after your arm in the young blokes, eh?
Yeah.
They're all about looking after arms and all this sort of stuff. Nah, just throw. Just get out there and throw.
Probably had his arm full of ice in the ice pack for the next 3 hours and probably crushed 10 tinnies while the ice pack was on his elbow and shoulder, and it's good to go.
And didn't he throw out the first pitch for an Astros game when he was 53? Was he 53?
Old.
63, and still hit 87 on the ceremonial first pitch.
That's awesome.
So
He probably didn't even warm up.
No,
Or warmed up with a tinny and a dart.
Yeah.
adds to the legend of Nolan.
That's it. While we're also still talking about contracts, Davo, I did see a nice little quote there from a bloke playing in Perth at the moment, Josh Reddick, former Astros player. He said, "I guess I should have tried to hit 200 and strike out 150 times a year. I probably could have made $20 million a year at this point in my life." Yeah, I think he's a bit dirty on the way the game's played these days.
I'd say so, mate. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
That old Cody Bellinger, a slight little dig there, I'd say.
That's it.
What about this one this week, fellas? Tom Brady. We all know he's getting on in years. He's probably not quite as old as you, Davo, but, he's
Close.
getting close, mate. Brock Purdy is the first quarterback to beat Tom Brady in a first career start ever. Mate, it was an absolute gem of a game. If this bloke can play like that, for the remainder of the season, he's going to have a job wherever he wants to go. It was unreal.
And he was the last draft. He was the last draft pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Last year, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
You think how many starts Brady has had over his career? So, and yeah, that just adds to that stat, doesn't it?
And the best thing was, straight after the game, Brady was straight over there talking to him, congratulating him. And also, we were talking about this one earlier, Davo. The player that picked him off. Who was it? I can't even remember who it was. But he got him to sign Tom Brady to sign the ball. That was awesome. Shows you the character of Tom Brady, though, doesn't it? We all rag on him a fair bit. Well, I do. But he's just an absolute gem of a player and well respected.
And it is, because that was quite the flogging too. Like,
Yeah,
what was it, 35-7 or something?
Yeah,
like
35-7, yeah.
35-0 for most of the game.
Yeah.
And he got picked several times. He could have just easily just stormed off and boom, straight up the tunnel after that sort of loss. But yeah, to stay there and do that, it does. They say things about him.
Absolutely. Grinnell Athletics. This is from Slam University in basketball. Grinnell men's basketball team set the NCAA record with 111 three-point tries, with every field goal attempt being a three. What is going on there? So they won by an absolute shitload. I think they won by like 60 points. But there's talk of it being, a bit disrespectful and, the other team and stuff like that. But to only have 3-point attempts was pretty amazing. Like, they're leaving the alley open for him to run up and they're just there passing off. Three. It's pretty cool.
That's something you do on the PlayStation.